Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Let's do this thing. Mr. Drew Brees. Should find out really soon, like in the next 24 hours or so, if Drew Brees is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think that's a no-brainer. That's going to happen. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X at the controls, our sports expert in-house. We'll get his take on all that pretty soon. Find out when those Hall of Fame announcements will come down officially. Like I said, it's in the next day or two. They'll be somewhere between 4 and 6. And I just don't see how Drew Brees isn't in that number, although Bill Belichick didn't make it. But also Bill Belichick has some baggage. You know, Drew Brees is Opie from Mayberry, you know, beloved. There's no baggage on Drew Brees, you know. Buying diamonds as an investment, I mean, that was his fault. That's not like people are attacking him for that. Maybe not doing a great job his first crack at color analyst gig on TV. You know, I think that was just Drew Brees has a very planned life. He like football, he prepares for it. Even though you have to ad lib on the fly, he's very well prepared. I think when Drew Brees speaks on things, it's very prepared. And color, play-by-play color, being that color analyst, is a lot of ad libbing. It's on the fly. And I think he's figuring out how to do that very quickly because Drew Brees is, you know, he could adapt on the football field. He could definitely adapt doing color. A gorgeous day in New Orleans. Absolutely fantastic. It looks like the severe cold is gone, at least for the next week or two. 59 and sunny right now. Just really gorgeous outside. 40s and 50s and 60s for the next few days. And 60s and even 70s by the end of the week this weekend. Yeah, you right, weather. Hey, speaking of later in the week, NOPD Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick will join us straight up 4 o'clock, about 5 after 4 on Thursday's program. NOPD Chief Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick, right at 4:05 this Thursday. My goodness, that huge 48-inch pipe, like 4 foot in diameter pipe, rupturing in the Carrollton neighborhood yesterday. Panola Street, about a block and a half off Carrollton. Just insane. A gusher for an hour or more, like a gusher. You can go on my Twitter, at Corey Johnson. Follow us. At Corey Johnson, Corey spelled Kaare. Follow us on Twitter. You can check out the program live right now on Twitter. You can check out the program live on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost anything. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. But if you go to Twitter, X, at Corey Johnson, I've got video. I think it was from one of the Channel 6 reporters who picked it up off of one of the locals that was videoing that. I reposted that. Plus, I went down to Panola Street off Carrollton yesterday afternoon and have a couple of videos of the progress they were making. Sewage and Water Board, they had crews on it fairly quickly. Speaking of giving the city of New Orleans credit, I've been posting videos on X, on Twitter, of major potholes and sinkholes on major thoroughfares in New Orleans. Now, we have thousands of pothole problems throughout the city. We have sinkhole problems, dozens and dozens of those. Most of them are on streets that aren't, you know, high traffic, like in your neighborhood where you live. When I lived on Hillary off Maple Street, there was a pothole on our street for years and years. My former wife's uncle from Ohio would come in town, and we named the pothole Leon after him because it just they came every Christmas, and every Christmas they'd come. He'd be like, yeah, the pothole's still there. Year 2, year 3, pothole's still there. It's like, wow, gonna name that pothole Leon. Some people in Uptown stick Christmas trees in the pothole, things of that nature. Mannequin, all kind of crazy stuff. Those streets, you know, the city, I guess, is going to eventually get to those. But I'm posting sinkholes and potholes that are on major thoroughfares where there's thousands of cars a day. Some streets, tens of thousands of cars a day, and have been getting pretty good results. Now, I have no inside information. I'm not sending anything direct to anyone within the city. It's strictly on X and Twitter. But I posted a bunch of things last Wednesday. A huge sinkhole on Carrollton Avenue, right past Jesuit, going south on Carrollton, in between Banks and Tulane. And another one on Canal Boulevard, past Navarre by the train tracks. One on Claiborne by 3rd Street. Carrollton Avenue, going towards, you pass the I-10 entrance ramps that exit off Carrollton to get on I-10, entrance ramps, I should say, and you're heading towards the dip under the train in I-10, and the street's just messed up, like buckled and just damage your car. I posted video on that. Then I even said, posting these videos, the ridiculous danger of these sinkholes, potholes, like someone on a motorcycle could get killed, literally, flung from the bike and killed. People driving their car, I have a car, not an SUV or truck, just beats the crap out of my car, like could break an axle, blow out a tire, bend a rim. Even someone with an SUV or a heavy-duty truck may have to get like their front end aligned after hitting these things. Within 48 hours, and I posted, I think the city, because they're dangerous, because I'm posting them on Twitter, and because there's a new administration, those 3 things, I said, I think these things are going to be fixed within a week. And folks like, Corey, you're on drugs. Corey, you're drunk. Corey, you're delusional. Did a safe or piano that was getting pulled up into a high rise. The rope snapped and you got hit on the head by it like a cartoon. You're crazy, essentially, what everyone was saying. But again, I was like, they're dangerous. I'm posting them on social media, on my account, and there's a new administration. The dangerous sinkhole that didn't even have cones around it on Carrollton in between Banks and Tulane, right past Jesuit, repaired fully. The sinkhole on Canal Boulevard by Navarre, by the train trellis. Trestle. Yeah, not trellis. Trellis is what plants or a vine grow on. Trestle. Fixed, repaired. And the Carrollton one, past the I-10 entrance ramp, tens of thousands of dollars to repair this properly. I thought they might lay some tar 10 feet in front of it, 10 feet over it, make a little hump. There are big machines out there, Caterpillar machines, a crew of like a dozen or more. They have ripped up the concrete. They blocked 2 lanes of Carrollton right there, and they are repairing it right. It's going to be tens of thousands of dollars to repair it right, and they're fixing it right. They're going to lay new concrete there. There's like 4 potholes past it. One of them was major. They've ripped up the concrete around there, jackhammered it, took it out. They're laying concrete there. They've filled in the potholes. Just amazing. A lot of progress. I'm patting myself on the back. And I was right. Within a week, all of those are fixed. The first 2 I mentioned, the sinkholes, Banks and Canal Boulevard, Carrollton and Canal Boulevard, repaired within 48 hours. I posted this Wednesday, so this is day 5, and they're ripping up Carrollton right past those entrance ramps, literally tens of thousands of dollars in repairs, and they're getting it done. I reposted that sinkhole on Claiborne and 3rd. I went over there and rechecked that one. Still not repaired, but it's sort of an easy fix. It's not leaking water, a pipe underneath. They just need to put some rocks in there and blacktop it. I think it's going to be fixed, I said, within 48 hours of me posting that this morning. Wouldn't be shocked if they have a crew in there tomorrow. No, all you naysayers, all you negative Nellies out there, I'm posting it on social media. I do a talk radio TV show. I have a little bit of a following on social media. It's growing every day. They're dangerous. And I mentioned these are dangerous. I spoke about them on my program, and we reposted the little clips on 5 social media platforms. X, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. What did I say? Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. All those major 5. So the city and people that work for the city, friends of the city. Someone's sending this information to Helena Moreno or Steve Nelson, the infrastructure czar, the deputy mayor, and they're getting fixed quickly. No, the danger of it is key. But I think that sinkhole on Claiborne, right lane, Claiborne in third, heading towards the Dome, I think it's going to be fixed in the next 48 hours, you naysayers. No, it's a different New Orleans. It's a new New Orleans. This is proof. Helena Moreno's got her you-know-what together, and she cares, and she's civic-minded. She's not out to enrich herself or go to restaurants or junkets. Cancel the mayor's Mardi Gras ball because don't need to spend money on that. The DJs for other city events like by Gallier Hall, private money's going to pay for that. She just went to the DC Mardi Gras, paid for the plane trip and the hotel with campaign funds. It's refreshing. We're moving forward, New Orleans. Hey, you want to move forward in your backyard? How about installing artificial turf or synthetic turf? How about what I've got in my backyard? Go to my Twitter. It's my pinned tweet. I've got an artificial chipping and putting green in my backyard. I pinch myself every time I look out the window and see it, or I'm chipping or putting on it. LGD Lawn and Landscapes can do it for you. NOLA, LGD.com. Go to their website, check out installations, get a free estimate. NOLA, LGD.com. Corey Johnson with
Scott
you.
Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, no cool spots. TM-AC.com, no cool spots.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. As New Orleans as coffee in the morning and as New Orleans as coffee in the morning and raw oysters for lunch. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
You got to be impressed with Helena Moreno. Goes to that DC Mardi Gras, pays for it with campaign funds, and makes sure she gets in front of Donald Trump. And Trump's like, she's great. That's fantastic. And she, Trump talking about, hey, you couldn't walk the streets. We've lowered crime and all that. And Helena Moreno kind of lets him take credit, sort of pseudo corrects him. And the crime was lower before, but doesn't have an argument with him. She's trying to get FEMA funds extended, trying to get more infrastructure money from the federal government. No, great move by Helena Moreno. Isn't that refreshing? Like going to DC, going on a trip, paying for it with campaign funds, and actually accomplishing something. Fixing streets, sinkholes, potholes. I mean, if you do the basics, you're a world champion compared to the last administration. I mean, the bar was set so low with Junket Cantrell. Just self-absorbed, pathetic. Like just doing the normal stuff. You get enormous credit because Junket Cantrell was that pathetic. Unbelievable. I bumped into some cat who's trying to be like, she was a pretty good mayor. I just like, dude, stop, okay? Stop. Next you're going to tell me Miami has ice caps, and Antarctica is a beach resort. I mean, come on, stop. I mean, that's where people have, I felt like going, dude, what did you make money off the city? Would you have some contract where you don't have to perform and you get cash and she set you up? Your wife was one of the 32 that Helena Moreno fired in the mayor's office when she got the gig. I mean, it's like when you talk to someone and they're like, man, if Edwin Edwards was governor, we wouldn't have these problems. It's like, wow, I'm going to just faint, man. My head's going to implode. He's the guy that led us to these problems. Man, if Mark Morial was mayor, problems would be solved in New Orleans. I'm like, wow, really? All these states were exploding, during Mark Morial's 8 years. 8 years. Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, all these cities just blowing up and New Orleans floundering. Yeah, we need Mark Morial as mayor. We need Edwin Edwards as governor. Let's move forward, Louisiana and New Orleans, respectively. No, these videos I'm posting on X are getting traction. Some folks like, Corey, go to this street, go to that street. Had a guy today, two tweets right back at me, some replies. Please drive down Carrollton by the river bend. And I'm like, where? That sinkhole right by the Shell station in between Carrollton and Leak on the last strip of St. Charles Avenue right there. He's like, no, not that one. And that is one. He's like, no, on Carrollton Avenue in between St. Charles and Claiborne's. And there are a few bad potholes there that will crush your car, truck, or SUV. So I'll get on those. And then someone else is like, please, Corey, Franklin Avenue. And he's right. Franklin Avenue from like St. Claude to Gentilly Boulevard. There are probably about 3 or 4 major problems there. So I'll be hitting those streets and posting video. And so far, the city's responding. I think I posted 4 different problems, and 3 of the 4 have been solved. I mean, I'm kind of giddy about it. Like, not in an ego way, like, yeah, Corey, you're great. But yes, the city's moving forward. Crap that I hit that beats up my car and your car. I mean, that sinkhole on Carrollton in between Banks and Tulane past Jesuit was insane. No cones, no, hey, watch out. No blinking light at night, just a foot deep and like 5 feet wide, 5 feet long, just dangerous. Canal Boulevard, same thing, dangerous. And the one on Carrollton past the I-10 entrance was just brutal. You hit it at speed. I don't care if you're in a heavy-duty truck. Beat the crap out of your vehicle. If you're in a car, could destroy it, rip off the oil pan. Went by there today, shot video. You can check it out at Corey Johnson on Twitter. Tens of thousands of dollars, a huge crew out there. They're not just patching it. They're ripping up the concrete and laying down new smooth concrete. Fantastic. Helena Moreno, Steve Nelson, City of New Orleans, man. And also it's glaring. It just shows you how pathetically bad Junket Cantrell was. But I'm not going to dog her any longer. It's just a waste of my breath. We've moved on from it. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. You got a comment, a critique, 766-9480. Can't please all the people all the time. Some posts on Twitter. Said you should have done this years ago. Yeah, if you didn't have a Democrat, just all this stuff. It's like, dude, well, let's be happy they're fixing major problems. Let's be happy they're fixing major problems. 766-9480. We're heading out to the east, beyond the far east even. You got the east, you got the far east, like Dong Fong Bakery, Vasinovich's Seafood out there on Mishu. And then you got, beyond that in the east, Irish Bayou. Tony joins us. What up, Tony?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Oh, as you were talking about Cantrell, I was like, Corey, the horse is dead. It's dead.
Yeah. I'm going to try to stop beating that dead horse. It's just dust now. Not even bones, just a pile of dust.
No, it's, whew, man, oh, man. I wonder what it's like when she had to buy her first airline ticket.
What do you mean? She can't leave the Eastern District of Louisiana? No airline flights, no passport. Can't leave the 10-parish Metro New Orleans region right now. She's federally indicted.
I totally forgot. Oh, man, what the irony. Just like 3 weeks ago, she was holding the keys to the city and she couldn't leave. Oh, my gosh.
No, a federal indictment grounded her. We needed the feds to indict her to ground her. Pathetic.
Okay, well, I wonder what it's gonna be like when she finally does have to pay. When's the last time I wonder if she actually had to pay for it?
How about a nice meal or a bottle of wine? I mean, she's just abused everything. Just so petty, man. Just so weak. Just pathetic.
It reminds me of when Nagin was on the stand, and if he would get asked at dinner about a city project, he'd immediately expense it to his city credit card because, I'm talking city business.
No, literally, he said that. I'm with my wife eating dinner. I was going to pay for it. But if a citizen walks up and asks me about something going on in the city, I'd charge it to the city. I'm like, wow, that's your barometer. That's your, how you do things. Just, no, these people are clowns, jackasses.
That's exactly what man, how do we continue to elect these clowns?
Well, we turn the tide. I mean, we've turned the tide. Like or dislike Jeff Landry, got the Hyundai plant. That one of the biggest projects in Louisiana history. The Meta, tech center up in Richland Parish by Monroe. I mean, Richland Parish is one of the most poverty-stricken parish/counties in the United States of America. To get that data center, I mean, even with some of the baggage of that, it sends a message like Meta is in Louisiana. Now, somebody had a great tweet the other day replying to something. I think I'd posted the Shell building under construction, and they tweeted back like, a couple of major companies, the LNG company that sponsors Tiger Stadium's football field, another company energy company based out of Australia that does business here. We need to lure their headquarters here. We need to lure their headquarters here. It's like, those are great tweets. So Jeff Landry's moving the needle, and Helena Moreno in a few short weeks already moving the needle. Donald Trump, she's great. I mean, that's moving the needle.
Hey, man, I don't care what party you're on. I mean, politics is local politics. So if she can get it done, I don't care what, left, right, center, I don't care. Just,
nope.
Like you said earlier, you don't got to be much better than your predecessor, that's for sure.
No, but Helena Moreno, one thing I was like, got to reach over to the other side. This, liberal, woke, government in New Orleans has failed us for decades. I have no problem with liberals. Look at John Bel Edwards. He's a blue dog Democrat, a moderate. He pro-abortion, guns, so you can't have just exclusive loony left or wacky right. You need to cross the aisle every now and then. And having Helena Moreno go see Donald Trump was huge.
Yeah, there was.
Uh-oh, did we lose Tony in the Irish Bayou?
In the east somewhere. I saw it on NOLA.com.
What's that?
Apparently, there was a data center. Somebody was trying to put a data center out in New Orleans.
Yeah, on Reed and I-10. But, not to defend Helena Moreno's position of like not being for that. when media tried to contact the guy, the phone's disconnected. I think the guy's more full of crap than reality on that. But with that said, New Orleans East folks right away, like, we don't want that. We want to preserve the neighborhood. They didn't know about the water consumption or the energy consumption. They just didn't want something coming into their neighborhood. It's like, got to do better than that. There's not a lot of people banging on the door in the East. You better be careful saying no to stuff before you know enough about it.
I was just going to say, and I'll leave it at this. What the hell do you have to lose? I mean, what else you got out there? But anyway, Corey, keep going, brother.
Yeah, you're right, Tony, in the Irish Bayou. No, the thing that you got to be concerned with the data center is, even in Richland Parish, I mean, this thing's like $30 billion, going to take up huge amount of space. It's going to consume a lot of water, a lot of energy. I think Virginia's having a problem right now with a few. They say in the whole state, just a few data centers, they're taking up 25% of all the energy produced in the state. So it could increase energy. It could have power blackouts and things for people in their houses and businesses outside of the data center. So construction jobs are enormous, like thousands and thousands to build it. But a lot of those folks truck in from Mississippi, Arkansas, Texas, and go back home after it's done. Spend a little money in hotels and eating and stuff, but the bulk of their money goes back to where they're from. And then these data centers do not employ many people. I mean, this one in Richland Parish, tens of billions of dollars to build, and it's going to employ like under 100 people. You know, it's computers. They kind of run on their own. Few people to monitor the situation. That's about it. No, we need like car plants, major manufacturing facilities, like the Hyundai steel plant. That's going to employ like 1,000. You know, car plants employ several thousand. You know, I-12, I've talked to Michael Hecht about this. The I-12 corridor from like Slidell to Baton Rouge, we should make it like the electric car corridor. You know, we build the crappy chemicals for batteries. Let's build the batteries. Let's build the electric vehicles. Now, that's what we need, where you create thousands and thousands of jobs. Alabama didn't have a single car job 30 years ago. Now they've got like 15% of all North American automotive jobs. Manufacturing plants, part facilities, all kind of stuff. The I-12 corridor, safe from hurricanes, easy access. That's where we need to build electric vehicles. Corey Johnson coming right back. Yeah, you're right.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
'Cause I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
At Lamarck Lincoln, ownership isn't complicated. It's effortless. With a one-on-one brand specialist every step of the way, we strive to ensure every guest experience is nothing less than elevated. You'll understand why it's more than ownership. It's membership. Visit Lamarck Lincoln at Williams and I-10 in Kenner. Give us a call at 504-238-4800. That's 504-238-4800. Or visit us online at lamarcklincoln.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
No, indeed, I don't want to be on the radio.
Corey Johnson.
Yeah, you right. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. You got to give huge props to Helena Moreno, her deputy mayor of infrastructure. I call him Steve Nelson. I've posted some videos on X on my Twitter account. Huge sinkhole on Carrollton Avenue, past Jesuit in between Banks and Tulane. Dangerous. Within 48 hours, fixed. Another sinkhole on Canal Boulevard, past Navarre by the train tracks. Dangerous. Within 48 hours, fixed. And then one of the worst, and it wasn't a sinkhole or even a pothole, but it was just the street was mangled and beat up for years, like 2 or 3 years. Carrollton Avenue, heading north, right past the I-10 entrance ramps, but staying on Carrollton, the far right lane, heading towards the dip underneath the train tracks and the I-10. Just, this would beat up your car, blow out your, tires, bend your rim, maybe destroy your axle if you hit it at speed. I posted a video where I went over it at 5 miles an hour and it was jarring. And I mentioned this needs to be fixed. And the city of New Orleans today has 2 lanes on Carrollton blocked right there. They have a major crew out there, a dozen or more men, huge Caterpillar equipment. They've busted up the concrete. They're not patching it. They are ripping up the concrete. They're spending tens of thousands of dollars fixing it right. And then there's about 4 potholes after it, and they're fixing those. And one of them was really bad. They've ripped up the concrete, and they're going to lay new concrete. It's going to be, roll a marble down, smooth as silk. So major street problems on major thoroughfares where thousands of cars travel every day. These things are getting fixed. One more I posted, Claiborne at 3rd Street, a sinkhole. I posted video today that it's still not repaired, but I bet you in the next 2 days it gets repaired because it's dangerous and it needs to be fixed. But the city they're paying attention to this. They're checking out the videos. They're checking out what I say on the show, obviously, and they are fixing these major problems. I'm going to continue to do it, posting these videos. Going to go down Franklin Avenue from like St. Claude all the way to Gentilly Boulevard. There's maybe 4 or 5 problems on that street. I'll post the videos ASAP. Someone was telling me, Corey, Carrollton Avenue in between St. Charles and Claiborne. So I'll be posting that as well soon. No, the city doing fantastic job. You got to give credit where credit's due. 766-9480. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Love to hear from you. Politics are a trip. The Senate race, the U.S. Senate seat, Bill Cassidy's seat up for grabs. Bill Cassidy's in the race to get reelected. He's running a commercial. Liberal Letlow, talking about Julia Letlow, who Trump endorsed. I mean, she's conservative. It's like the wacky right calling Liz Cheney a rhino. I mean, Liz Cheney is a conservative Republican by definition. There's nothing rhino about her. She doesn't lean left. She's not even moderate. She's very, very conservative, like 100%. Just went against Trump, didn't like Trump. It isn't MAGA. But that doesn't mean she's a rhino or isn't a Republican or a conservative. Just means she's not MAGA. Liberal Letlow. There's no liberal or Democrat going, yeah, Julia Letlow's liberal. She's very conservative, very much a Republican. And then Blake Miguez shooting the gun, you know, that's the whole commercial. Nothing about policy, just him shooting a gun. Surprised he's not shooting like cans of Bud Light. It's just pointless. Now, Bill Cassidy, I have reached out to his people several times. I reached out to his people, getting no response where I posted on Twitter, not getting a response by these people and mentioned them by name. They emailed me back finally. Hey, please don't put us on social media. We're not even the people you're supposed to contact when they told me they were. And then they sent me to some other guy, Noah. And I've sent Noah the same email. I might as well send it to him right now on the air. I've resent it to him like 4 times. Bill Cassidy just like, man, Corey's going to ask legitimate questions. That could hurt my campaign. He might say, do something, a question that's liberal or something. I have no idea, but I know they don't want to have anything to do with me, which is ridiculous. I like Bill Cassidy, but that's irrelevant. I'm not going to kiss his butt. I'm not going to go attack him. I'm just going to ask him legitimate questions. Blake Miguez promised he'd come on the show and backed off on it. And now his people don't even respond. Same thing. Oh, my God, that guy's liberal. He's a rhino, whatever. I don't know what they think I am, but they don't want to have anything to do with me. GCR did a poll, the latest poll for the U.S. Senate seat. Maybe they should reconsider. Julia Letlow, who Donald Trump endorsed and wasn't even running, and Trump endorses her. She gets into the race. She's leading Bill Cassidy by 6 points, 27%. Bill Cassidy, 21%. John Fleming, the state treasurer, 14%. Blake Miguez, 5%. Now, it's even worse for Cassidy. Head-to-head runoff with Letlow. Letlow, 57%. Cassidy, 22%. I mean, Fleming's not in the race. Miguez is in the race. Undecided is not in the race. He gains 1 point from 21% right now. If it was a runoff with Letlow, he goes to 22%. Letlow goes from 27 to 57. She gets everybody else's votes. So, yeah, maybe Bill Cassidy and Blake Miguez way back at 5%, no shot. Maybe they should, reconsider. John Fleming should be embarrassed a little bit. He's our state treasurer. He hired an AM talk radio host in town, Jeff Cruer. He works full-time for John Fleming. That's his full-time job. He works for John Fleming as like communications director. So he gets paid taxpayer money by John Fleming. And literally he goes on the air and kisses John Fleming's rear end and dogs the opponents. Bill Cassidy especially, Letlow, Miguez, rips them and praises Cassidy. Now, as a talk radio host, shame on Jeff Cruer. That's just a total conflict of interest. And that's the right side doing it. You want a left side example? A woke, crazy side? Susan Hudson lost the election. She'll be out by May as sheriff of New Orleans. She hired Gerard Stevens from WBOK, the black AM station in town. And I mean, this station just anti-white, anti-Jewish, anti-women. I mean, the stuff they say is mind-blowing. I mean, it's so bad. For me, it's like entertainment. It's so whacked. Gerard Stevens, a former FM DJ, really no depth, no experience, does talk, just wings it, doesn't prepare. He has a full-time job with Susan Hudson, has no law enforcement experience. Praises Hudson, gets her on the show, praised LaToya Cantrell, used to get her on the show. Need I say more? Woke, not even liberal. Woke, loony left. Full-time job with the sheriff's department. Talk about a conflict of interest. It's embarrassing. Getting paid taxpayer money. On the left, it's Gerard Stevens working for Susan Hudson. Just no integrity, no ethics, no morals with these people. And then Jeff Crouere, kind of a hardcore right-wing wacko guy, he works for John Fleming full-time, gets a full-time paycheck of taxpayer-financed money. No ethics, no integrity, no morals. It's a shame. It's funny. I'll tell you a funny story. Like Jeff Crouere, because he's so right, and I'm independent, and I would dog it's the wacky right. Not him and his show ever. We used to work on the same station. He would never hire me to do a show. If I owned a radio station, and he doesn't own a radio station, but if I did, I would consider Jeff Crouere, because it's wacky right, but he's got a little base of wacky right followers. He's been at it like 20 years. If it could bring in advertising, it's viable. I don't care about his political ideology, but he cares about mine. He cares about me ripping, the folks he loves. I could care less. I mean, I'll tell you something. If I own 3 FM radio stations, I would put urban, like Q93 on one. I would put the same programming Q93 has. Q93 has been the number one station in New Orleans by far for 30 years straight. Like, I don't know if there's another station in America that's number one in their market like Q93. I mean, just a super successful station. I'd put that on one FM. I would put country music on another one. And I would put conservative talk on the third, because I want to be successful and I want the stations to be successful. And I would put the top 3 formats in America on these stations. I do not listen to country music. I do not listen to R&B like Q93. And I don't listen to conservative talk. But I would put those on the 3 FMs if I own them, because I'm about making money and being successful and having these stations work if I own 3 stations. So no, it's like, The Godfather. It's nothing personal. It's just business. It's nothing personal, just business. No, those guys should be embarrassed. The 2 AM, talk radio guys on the left and the right, getting taxpayer money for their full-time job, really not getting paid to do talk radio at all. I mean, Gerard Stevens was getting 86 by WBOK. They were letting him go. Doesn't bring in advertisers, doesn't bring in an audience, isn't viable. And then the sheriff hired him and pays him full time to do who knows what. And BOK's like, yeah, we'll keep him. We don't have to pay him. Yeah, we'll keep him. And Jeff Crouere praising John Fleming, the state treasurer, who he works for full time, and dogging his opponents in a race. If these two don't see conflict of interest, they need to pull their head out of their rear ends, huh? Gorgeous day in New Orleans. Gotta love it. I think the severe cold's finally gone. 40s, 50s, and 60s the next few days, and like 60s and 70s for the weekend. Hey, if you need an attorney, like a real lawyer, you have real legal problems, you need real results, Kiefer & Kiefer, a New Orleans law firm for decades. Senator Nat Kiefer, the UNO Arena's named after him. He started the firm. His son works for him. And now his daughter, Nat Kiefer Jr.'s daughter, Megan, works for the firm. A real firm getting real results. KieferandKiefer.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
49 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 truck in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all of the time.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Minutes of fun.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you?
Every weekday afternoon on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333 from 4 p.m. to 5:30.
Looking for something good tonight for dinner? Lebanon's Cafe is open till 9:30. Don't get scared. Like, I don't eat Middle Eastern food, Lebanese food, Syrian food. Get to Lebanon's Cafe. You like shish kebab, right? Beef, chicken, lamb, shrimp, shish kebab, grilled to perfection. Who doesn't like that? How about lamb chops? A half dozen lamb chops with a couple of Middle Eastern sides and a little grilled veggie medley, like $30. Hard to get 6 lamb chops at the grocery store raw. Lebanon's Cafe, open till 9:30, 7 days a week, 11 a.m. till 9:30, open throughout the day. You could go right now. And with the weather like it is right now, we're back to outdoor dining before it gets a little chilly tonight. Yeah, it's sun's out. It's nice, gorgeous day. Go get an early dinner right now. Sit outside at Lebanon's Cafe. So good. 766-9480. 766-9480. Helena Moreno in New Orleans East at the new Rouse's Off Chef. Cutting the ribbon. Folks in New Orleans East are loving it. And why not? I mean, I'm not dogging Winn-Dixie. It's a grocery desert out there. Kind of like New Orleans is a talk radio desert. Thank goodness for the neutral ground from 4 to 6. No, the Rouse is coming in, taking over that Winn-Dixie, and just right away, folks in New Orleans East are just clamoring over it. And you know why? It's just a bunch of local stuff, a bunch of, regional stuff, international items. It's incredible. It's Rouse's. Again, not knocking Winn-Dixie, but a Winn-Dixie store doesn't have what Rouse's has, especially for us locals. It's not even close. They're redoing the store. They've redone most of the store. They're going to add more stuff like a lobster tank and increase deli food and things of that nature. Tough to beat Rouse's Markets. There are over 75 Rouse's now. Over 75. They've been at it for over 65 years. And you folks out in the East, Rouse's has you covered. The old Winn-Dixie on Chef Highway, now a Rouse's. Tastes like home. Grand opening. Yeah, you're right. Helena Moreno out there. And Kirkpatrick's out there. Rouse's donated some of the store. They're rent-free to the NOPD. They're putting in a substation there, a police substation at the Rouse's. Brilliant. And Helena Moreno stepped up, lighting it up, fixing lights around there. All positives, all good. The grand opening out there. Hey, speaking of Ann Kirkpatrick, The NOPD superintendent will join us at 4:05 when we start the show Thursday afternoon. This Thursday, NOPD Chief Ann Kirkpatrick joins us on the program. And you know what that means. I'll be interviewing her. So am I out to get her? Nope. Am I about to kiss her rear end? Nope. Am I out to ask legitimate questions that you would ask, that you want to know about? Yep. This job's not that difficult when you interview. When people, you're watching an interview and they're not asking the questions you want to know. They're like kissing butt or going on the attack. No one wants that. No one wants that. They want questions that we would ask, that the public would ask, that we want answers to. I'll do that with Ann Kirkpatrick. Super Bowl 60 from the Bay Area this Sunday, around 5:30 kickoff, Seattle and New England. Who would have thunk that when the season started? Somebody somewhere picked that game and has a bet just to those would reach the Super Bowl and made a lot of money. Bet $1 on that, you might make a few grand. Seattle and New England, Super Bowl 60 from Santa Clara, right outside of San Francisco. What a great area of the country that is. I love folks that dog California. Okay, good. I'll go. I love California. Are you kidding? I don't know if I could live out there, just congested and a lot of people, 40 million people. But boy, you don't like Los Angeles? You don't like San Diego? I hear you. I'll take it. San Francisco is one of the world's great cities. That metro area is incredible. Hey, speaking of the NFL, the Saints to play in Paris this season. Apparently, it's the Saints and the Browns. It'll be October 25th at the at France's stadium, the Stade de Paris, which is a pretty impressive stadium, to be honest with you. It's got like 175 suites. It's built maybe 25 years ago. State of the art, NFL ready. You could have an NFL team in Paris and they could play there. It's kind of like in London, not Wembley, but that Hotspur Stadium. That is an NFL-ready stadium, like built for soccer, but built for the NFL. Built for the NFL. And that the Stade de Paris is pretty impressive where, just using like a Superdome reference, the plaza seats come right up against the field, but then they can track them, and there's a track underneath it. You know, which is pretty impressive. So it's a track stadium, but instead of like Tad Gormley, the one thing that's bad about Tad Gormley, I mean, it's built in the 30s, not dogging it. But when you go to a high school game, the track's in between the seats and the field. So you've got like an extra 20 yards or so of distance from the field. At this, you know, Stade de Paris, the plaza seats cover the track. It's right up against the field, the soccer pitch or the NFL field. What up, Mario B?
Practicing my French, man. That's exciting. Saints have been trying to make this happen for a while, but it looks like they finally have a date and an opponent. I'm sure people in France are excited. That's kind of like their unofficial NFL team. And
plus, thousands of New Orleanians are going to go. It's a double dip.
Yes.
Going to go to Paris and go to Europe.
Yes.
And I'm going to go to the Saints game.
Yeah.
And that's a hell of a trip.
It is. And apparently the Saints are trying to make concessions for the fans too. Like they're going to decrease season ticket prices to account for losing a home game.
Yeah, that's good. No, they should. Yeah, losing that home game.
Exactly.
And it sucks because this was a 9 home game season.
Exactly. And they've lost a few now, going back a couple of years playing in Europe, but at least they're doing something about it for the fans that inevitably are going to complain about it.
Yep. But, you know, you get 8 one year, 9 the next, 8 1 year, 9 the next.
Yeah.
So they go to an 18-game schedule, and the Saints lose one. But, you know, it's good that's their home base, Paris. They have the rights to that. So it'll all work out. My brother lives in London. I may have to go over.
Yeah.
It's been a decade plus since I've been to Europe. Like more than that, like 20 years, which is pathetic. My brother lives in London.
Yeah.
I should be going to London like every 3-4 years.
At least.
You know, literally. Get a cheap flight, get it way in advance, and stay for free. And then travel. I mean, what's great about Europe, I mean, you go to London, it's like you're in New Orleans. And then you go to Texas, that's, you know, France. You go to Mississippi, that's Spain. You go to Arkansas, that's, you know, Germany. It's just incredible. All these different cultures right there. I've been to Britain and Paris and Brussels and Holland, but I'd love to go to Italy. I may not return if I go to Italy.
Yeah, and it's cool witnessing sports, you know, because we're in our own nation, witnessing our own things. But, man, seeing how Europeans do it, certain things different. I got to go to the World Cup in Germany in 2006, and that's an experience I'll never forget.
Yeah, that's incredible. Good for you, Mario. Yeah, Blue Boy's saying, Corey, you may not return. Bring me. I'd like to stay in Italy. The food, the women, the architecture, the history. Italy's an incredible country. I got to get over there. 5 o'clock power hour coming your way next. Don't move. We got a lot more to cover. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Holla.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
At Lamarck Lincoln, ownership isn't complicated. It's effortless. With a one-on-one brand specialist every step of the way, we strive to ensure every guest experience is nothing less than elevated. You'll understand why it's more than ownership. It's membership. Visit Lamarck Lincoln at Williams and I-10 in Kenner. Give us a call at 504-238-4800. That's 504-238-4800. Or visit us online at lamarcklincoln.com.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
The Fence Man, a locally owned fencing company serving the metro New Orleans area for over 20 years.
Yes, I'm the fence man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Yeah, I'm the fence man.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you. 5 o'clock powwow on a Monday afternoon. Gorgeous day in New Orleans. Get outside, man. It's like 59 degrees, sunny. The sun's about to drop out of the sky, but so nice. Blue sky. Just perfect. The NFL on Saturday will announce its Hall of Fame members for this 2026 class. That guy will be in the number. Rumor is it. Actually, I'm going to wait on the rumor. I'm going to let Mario Brothers come up with that rumor story, plus a little Super Bowl preview and Saints playing in Paris. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx, will join us in a few minutes. Our in-house sports expert. We'll get his take on all this stuff and some headlines. Mardi Gras Day, 15 days away, or 2 weeks from tomorrow. It's starting to crank up. I mean, parades now just about every day. Next week, it will be every day. Right now, we're getting them a lot. I was in Metairie yesterday, went and met my brother and mom for lunch and had to go around the traffic at Causeway and Vets, had everything blocked off for the parade running in Metairie on a Sunday. So, yeah, Mardi Gras Day, it's starting to get, cranked up a little bit. We're still kind of in first gear. But later this week, we'll engage the clutch and drop it in a second and third and fourth and fifth as we get rocking and rolling. 2 weeks from tomorrow, Mardi Gras Day 2026. That means hundreds of thousands of tourists rolling into the city. I mentioned something to Michael Hecht. We have 2 weekends of Jazz Fest, and Jazz Fest is arbitrary. It's not like a set day. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It's not a holiday. It's not based off of, Christianity and Easter and all that. But we really should have like 2 weekends of Mardi Gras and double down and get tourists coming. Like if a tourist from out of town came into New Orleans, say the Friday before Mardi Gras, and came in Friday night and went to all the Saturday parades and then went to Endymion and then went to all the Sunday parades, Mid-City, Okeanos, and Toth, and then went to Bacchus. And then Monday night went to Orpheus and then flew out of New Orleans late Monday night. They got back to Minnesota. They couldn't say I went to Mardi Gras for New Orleans. Maybe they didn't go Mardi Gras Day, but they went, 3-4 days and enjoyed the Mardi Gras celebration, went to parades. We really need to double down. Like this weekend should be like Mardi Gras weekend number 1. And like from, have more parades condensed on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So folks would come into New Orleans like Wednesday and stay through like Sunday. I'm talking national and international tourists. And then the next week is the weekend before Mardi Gras and leading into Monday and Tuesday, Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras Day. We need to double dip, like make Mardi Gras a 2-weekend event, not just one. Why not? Like I said, people from out of town, I went to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. Oh, you were there Mardi Gras Day? No, I went the weekend before. It was fantastic. Oh, I didn't know real Mardi Gras. You're a sellout? All I'm concerned with is more tourists coming and more money being spent in our city. Like Jazz Fest, 2 weekends. It originally was 1. Then they expanded it to 2. It was originally 6 days, then 7 days. Now it's 8 days. Why can't we do that with Mardi Gras, especially trying to lure in tourists and the like? We could do it. Just got to come up with some, gimmick, some kind of name for it. Pre-Mardi Gras, sub-Mardi Gras. I don't know what to call it. Something creative, something good. Boy, it's crazy. White-collar crime apparently does pay. Tyrell Morris, former city employee, charged with malfeasance in office, insurance fraud, tampering with public records, impersonating a cop, getting pulled over, which was most likely a DWI in the city vehicle. Released 4 months into his 1-year prison sentence. 4 months served, 120 days instead of 365. A third of his prison sentence and released on good behavior. No, white-collar crime does pay. Reminds me of Irvin Mayfield, the trumpeter from New Orleans, lives in New Orleans, that no one wants to have anything to do with. You talk to a local musician and say, man, you want to play with Irvin Mayfield? They don't like him. They don't respect him. They think he's an egomaniac. He stole $1.3 million from the most needy kids in New Orleans, inner city kids in New Orleans. He stole $1.3 million from the Orleans Parish Public Library System. $1.3 million. He was found guilty, went to jail. He spent 7 months at like Eglin Air Force Base outside of like Pensacola. That's a country club prison. You could walk right out. No one does because it's, a soft serve. Play golf, play tennis. I knew some people that were sentenced there. They'd bring in like crawfish. The guards would let them bring in crawfish boils, steaks on the weekend. Spent 7 months there. Then Irvin Mayfield spent about 3 or 4 months in a halfway house in New Orleans. 11 months total, released. How many people that seriously, hey, Mario, I'll give you $1.3 million. You got to go to Eglin Air Force Base and get in shape, read books, play tennis and golf, have a crawfish boil for 7 months, come back to New Orleans, 4 months at a halfway house, order food delivered, great New Orleans food at a halfway house, and then you walk with $1.3 million. Who wouldn't take that?
Yeah, just tell me which door to walk into, which prison. I'm
You
down.
got that right. I mean, I think that 90% of the population would take that. Only the very rich and wealthy wouldn't take that. I think people with wives and family would take that. Come visit me. I'm going to walk in 11 months. It's going to be quick. I walk with 1.3 million. No, white collar crime does pay. Got to do better with that. I mean, some dude is in Angola right now. He got busted with like a joint, He's still in jail. These jokers, Tyrell Morris, who just sold out the taxpayers, just enriched himself and just a criminal. And Irvin Mayfield especially. What a dope. 1.3 million. And just so petty and weak, like a Louis Vuitton trumpet case, a gold-plated trumpet, spent public money on that. Would go to like the Four Seasons or the Ritz in Manhattan and would have like a $1,200 room service breakfast. I got news for you. The rich and even wealthy don't have a $1,200 room service breakfast because it's not about the money for them. It's obnoxious behavior. Like, I'm not paying $1,200. They still have some, regard for money. I'm not spending $1,200 on a breakfast in my room. That's Irvin Mayfield. I go on and on with this guy. Just pathetic. Pathetic. White collar crime apparently does pay. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Huge 48-inch pipe, 4-foot diameter pipe ruptured in the Carrollton neighborhood yesterday. Panola Street, like a block and a half off Carrollton in the Carrollton neighborhood. A gusher for like an hour or more. And then the Sewage and Water Board crews got on it fairly quickly and solved the problem. They had a boil water advisory. That's done. If you go to my Twitter, @Corey Johnson, you can see some videos I posted. I went down there and checked it out and then posted a video. A citizen had given a video to a Channel 6 reporter, and I reposted that where the gusher was going. You could like surf on that thing. It's crazy. A little whitewater rafting on Panola Street in Uptown. The pipe was enormous, though. 4 feet in diameter. Crazy. Hey, speaking of infrastructure, I've been posting videos on X of major potholes and sinkholes on major thoroughfares in New Orleans where thousands of vehicles, even tens of thousands of vehicles pass daily. Helena Moreno and infrastructure czar, Deputy Mayor Steve Nelson, have been responding in a positive way. They're either checking out the tweets, the stuff I post on X, or comments, little short clips like this that are on 5 of the big social media platforms, and they're responding. The Carrollton Avenue sinkhole right past Jesuit in between Banks and Tulane Avenue was friggin' dangerous. Not even a cone or anything saying it's there. It was like 5 feet wide, 5 feet deep, 5 feet long, and like a foot deep. Just dangerous. Like beat up your car, destroy your car, rip off the oil pan. Worse, like a motorcyclist could get killed, literally killed. Hitting that at speed, they repaired it within 48 hours of my video post. Canal Boulevard, right past Navarre, heading towards the train tracks. They fixed that one within 48 hours, a major sinkhole, very similar to the one on Carrollton. I posted videos saying this has to be fixed. They fixed them. I posted a video of a major street problem, Carrollton Avenue, the far right lane, immediately past the I-10 entrance off Carrollton, where you exit Carrollton to get on the I-10, staying in the right lane on Carrollton, going past that. Just major problem. Rip your oil pan off. They have a crew out there of like a dozen men. They blocked off 2 lanes this morning. They've ripped up the concrete. They're not patching it. They're repairing it. Like tens of thousands of dollars in major repairs to this far right lane. You got to give the city credit. Helena Moreno. They're checking out what I'm posting. They see that it's legitimate. They see that it's dangerous. It's on a major thoroughfare where lots of cars travel, and they're fixing them. There's one I posted on Claiborne at 3rd Street. They've yet to fix it. I went down there today just to check, thinking maybe they got to it. They got to these other 3. I posted a video. They haven't fixed it yet, but I bet you they're gonna in the next 48 hours or so. We'll see. A political poll is out for the U.S. Senate race. Bill Cassidy running against Julia Letlow and others. GCR conducted the poll. I'll give you the latest on that, fill you in on that. Plus Super Bowl 60 from the Bay Area. Saints playing in Paris. Drew Brees will be a Hall of Famer, NFL Hall of Famer by Saturday. All kind of goodies. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday. If you want to dial us up, we'd love to hear from you. 766-9480 is how you do it. 766-9480.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Young's Dry Cleaning with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com. Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Real New Orleans conversation.
No place like New Orleans.
Corey Johnson.
Yeah, you're right. No, Mario, I was not dancing on the pool tables at F&M's at 4 a.m.
Thank you for the clarification, guys.
Maybe a date of mine might have been.
You were chilling by the pool table, admiring the dancing.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you.
I used to go to F&M's late night. I don't know. You probably name any bar in the city. I probably have spent some time there.
F&M's. What a time, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's like a fever dream. We talked about fever dream on the show before.
Fever dream, yep.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, someone was posting, what was the bar on Tulane by the train tracks? Like Nick's Big Train Bar. When the train would come by, the drinks were like less than $1.
Man.
And the original Miss Mays, I forgot what it's called now. St. Joe or something, whatever, caddy corner from the Whole Foods on Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
That was the original Miss Mays. Now Miss Mays is at Napoleon and Magazine, where the club was. When I was a kid, it was the club, and now it's Miss Mays the club.
The club.
But Miss Mays drinks were 85 cents. Man. I remember like when I was 16, getting like a CC and 7, Canadian Club and 7, and I just put $1 down, and it was a 15-cent tip.
Man.
Used to go to Hillary's on Maple Street, drinking in the sunset at the Hilton. They just didn't card back then. We'd go to the Boot. I mean, we'd have the De La Salle soccer team, probably why we didn't win state. We'd be at the Boot for like 3-for-1 on Friday night, but we didn't have games till like 1 o'clock. The JV played at 11 a.m. on Saturday and the varsity at 1. But I'd be out there like stretching. I didn't drink much. I just going out to chase the chicks.
Oh, man.
The ladies.
I'll remember that next time you get on Zion.
Yeah, I don't pay for it.
Fair.
Indirectly, we all do, but not directly. No, I'd be stretching for the soccer team. I look around, I'm like, damn, half these dudes were at the Boot yesterday, last night.
Well, the drinking age back then was 18, though, right?
The drinking age was 18, but I was like 15, 16, 17.
Got you. So it's like
they never carded.
Yeah, it's like an 18 or 19
Go
year
to
old.
a time saver and walk up with a 6-pack of beer, and you clearly look like a little kid.
Yeah.
Just buy the beer. They didn't care.
The money is just as green, I guess.
I got the Chinese joint on Metairie Road by Bonneville. We'd go get the drinks with the umbrellas and stuff. They just did not care, man. I'm trying to think of getting carded or anything. That just didn't happen. Didn't happen.
That was kind of a thing in the Superdome growing up, at least for me, like 15, 16, 17.
Getting a nasty dome foam and no card.
It had to be like the beer man here, not the over-the-counter stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of that definitely went on to in the early 2010s and 2000s.
No, I mean, you could probably just go, getting it for my dad, and just point to some adults down the row, and the beer man's going to give you the beer.
Oh, yeah.
Getting it from my parents. They're right there. That man and lady that aren't looking at us.
Those guys get commission, I guess. I respect it.
Yeah.
Underage drinking is bad, but yes.
In Tulane Stadium, Mario, it was the Dixie beer guy had like a mini keg on his back, and we had a little thing and had just a stack of cups and would pour the beer right in front of you,
Only in New Orleans, man.
Yeah. I was a tot, so no, I wasn't drinking beer at Tulane Stadium. That was pre-1975. No, only in New Orleans. Only in New Orleans. Crazy. Gorgeous day in the Crescent City. Sun setting as we speak, heading towards dusk. But it looks like the severe cold is gone. We peaked out at around 60 today. Tomorrow morning, it'll be like 45 when we wake up and heat up quickly. 50s and 60s, some 40s in the morning, but mostly 50s and 60s for the next few days. And then by the end of the week and the weekend, 60s and 70s. Speaking of the weekend, hey, Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx, some sports news. The Saints are going to play in Paris in October. Fill us in.
Yeah, supposedly they're gonna. Well, I think I saw like it's not officially official yet. They're for sure playing a
I
game in
thought Travis
France.
Mackle said it's officially official.
Yeah, but then I think Greg Bensel let out a statement that it's official. They're for sure playing a game, and it probably is going to be against the Browns, like they said.
Well,
but that,
ESPN didn't say the opponent. Locally, they're saying the Browns. And the rumor a week ago, as you said, was the Browns.
yes, it's very likely going to be that, like 90%, not confirmed though. But it is confirmed we're playing a game in Paris. The Saints are. They've been marketing there.
One of the 9 home games will be October 25th in Paris.
Yes, they're making some concessions for season tickets too. Apparently, taking some of the price off since they're losing that one home game.
that one home game, good.
Yeah, so props to the Saints for doing that. And
A 9th less.
exactly.
And they're letting you pay, I think, 4 payments now instead of just 2.
Yes.
A lot of folks have the cash, they pay 1. But, people that want to spread it out, like me, I'd spread it out if I had Saints season tickets. Now you can pay 4 payments.
Good on
So
them.
it is good on them.
Yeah, and the last 4 years, I think people rightfully have been critical of them for stuff like that. So it's good to see that from the Saints. And also, this has been a long time coming. Like they've been marketing this game. If you remember, around this time last year, I believe Demario Davis and Miss Gale took the trip out to France.
Yep.
And obviously, Fleur de Lis is very prevalent in that part of the world.
Of
So
course. We're Paris's baby, New Orleans.
yeah, so
It's a
it
good
all
fit.
There are going to be some jokes about the French people paying money to see the Browns, but it's good that the Saints are doing this.
What's
I
the
think.
joke?
That of all teams that they could send to France, they send the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland, yeah.
The same way they
I thought it
did
was
with
like Browns. You're making a joke about like food or roux or
no, the same way
blackening a dish.
the same way the Jaguars have kind of become London's unofficial team. They're always like, wow, of every team you send to the Jaguars. But yeah, from the Saints' point of view, it's a good thing.
Yeah. Frank Brightson says brown means flavor.
There you go.
Saturday, NFL Hall of Fame announcements. Drew Brees, obviously.
Yes, he's going to be one of the headliners. It looks like he's going to go in no matter what. Very proud day for New Orleans. I know Jari Evans is up for it too.
That'd be so nice. He deserves it.
And maybe he eventually gets in.
He'll eventually get in.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's first ballot material, but maybe.
Either way, it's awesome to see him get all this praise from local media. Drew's going to get his, that's for sure. But Jari Evans was a big part of that 2009 team as well.
And Mario, Drew Brees is Opie from Mayberry. He's just apple pie, America. No negative, no baggage. He's in 110%. Folks like Belichick didn't get in, and Belichick's very deserving, but Belichick has a little baggage, like he's a jerk, kind of not affable. And he has the Bountygate, Deflategate things, not Bountygate, Deflategate, and the film in the jet signal gate, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And what Breeze has going for him, and I bring this up every time I argue him versus Aaron Rodgers or something like that, he did it for the New Orleans Saints. Like, look at the history of the franchise before Breeze got here and after Drew Brees got here, and that kind of speaks to why he's a first ballot guy, I think.
Super Bowl 60 from the Bay Area this Sunday, I guess around 5:30, New England and Seattle.
Yep. Battle of the Mikes, Mike and Mike, head coach.
That's crazy. Yeah, you mentioned that. The Mikes won in the AFC, NFC title games, respectively, and the Steves lost, right?
Yes, Deshaun's lost.
Deshaun's lost.
Sean McVay and Sean Payton. Yeah. I think the Seahawks have a much better team. That's why they're favored. But
their defense is stout.
Yeah.
But New England is crafty, and they've got a good D and a good offense.
And those guys are well coached, man. Like everybody knows about Vrabel. I feel like Josh McDaniels deserves a little bit more credit. Like we've talked so much about Belichick, Brady. Josh McDaniels has kind of been a constant for the
They
Patriots.
had like 5 wins last year, New England, right?
Yeah.
From
exactly.
5 wins to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and that was gutsy. You got to give, I think, Kraft and their GM a lot of credit because they had Gerard Mayo in there for 1 year. A lot of people were like, you should be patient with him, Patriots legend. They made a tough decision to let him go and bring in Mike Vrabel, and clearly it has paid off.
Good stuff, Mario. That's Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx, our in-house sports expert. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, GCR has a poll, the latest poll for the U.S. Senate seat. Bill Cassidy seats. He's running again, wants to be reelected. Julia Letlow wasn't even in the race, and Donald Trump endorses her. She gets in the race. Latest poll, U.S. Representative Julia Letlow leading with 27%. U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy at 21%. State Treasurer John Fleming at 14%. State Senator Blake Miguez at 5%. In a head-to-head runoff, Letlow goes from 27% to 57%. Cassidy goes from 21% to 22%. It doesn't look good for Bill Cassidy. It looks very good for Julia Letlow. Something dramatic would have to happen in a positive way for Bill Cassidy. And running commercials saying liberal Letlow ain't going to cut it. You know, it's funny, just this the rhino term. Who would claim to be a Republican or a conservative that isn't? Who would claim to be a Democrat or liberal that isn't? Who would claim to be an independent or a libertarian that's not? It's mind blowing to me. Rhino's so silly. I mean, it may not be an extreme hardcore wacko right winger, might be moderate, but doesn't mean you're Republican in name only. Just so silly. And liberal Letlow. I mean, it's like Liz Cheney's a rhino. It's so absurd. You conservative Republicans that think Liz Cheney's not a conservative Republican, you're living in la la land. Maybe she's not MAGA, but she's as conservative as it gets. She is a conservative Republican to the hilt, has been her entire life, and not moderate or, leans towards the left of the Republican Party. She's pretty hardcore, Liz Cheney. She just doesn't like Trump, and she's not MAGA. That doesn't make her rhino. It's crazy. Liberal Letlow. There's no liberal or Democrat going, yeah, Julia Letlow's one of us. So Bill Cassidy's going to have to do better than that. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Every day, this program on radio, on television, on social media like Twitter, a.k.a. X, and YouTube. Brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Ronnie's got you covered from the lake to the river. Out in Kennebrough, Lamarck Ford, the big store for 45 plus years. Lamarck Lincoln, #1 Lincoln dealership in the state. Why would you go anywhere else for a Ford or Lincoln vehicle? Just crazy. And if you need an SUV, van, or truck for your business, a commercial vehicle, you go to Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood. Like I said, Ronnie's got you covered from the lake to the river over there in Jefferson Parish. Just head down Williams Boulevard. You can catch both. Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex and Lamarck Crescent City Ford. By the way, Crescent City Ford, over 80 years in New Orleans. NOPD Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick will join us Thursday, right when we start the program, about 4:05. NOPD Chief Ann Kirkpatrick on the neutral ground Thursday. Don't miss it. Mardi Gras Day, 15 days out. 2 weeks from tomorrow, Mardi Gras Day. That means, this weekend, Mardi Gras parade's taken off. Next week, it's every night. New Orleans, a lot in Jefferson, and then kaboom goes the dynamite. The weekend after this one, that's when you get all the killer parades. Big Endymion, Big Bacchus, Big Orpheus, Mardi Gras Day. About 1 million tourists will come into the city, like 1 million. Boy, that's a great economic spike, like north of 500 million, $500 million, $500 million plus dollars, might be closer to $1 billion these days. Coming right back, 5 o'clock powwow.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
The Fence Man, a locally owned fencing company serving the metro New Orleans area for over 20 years.
I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
49 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 truck in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Down in New Orleans where the blues was born, it takes a cool cat to blow a horn. On LaSalle and Rampart Street, the combos play with the
The vibe of the Crescent City, Corey Johnson.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, sir.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM. Also from Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida on 600 AM and 1560.
A little history lesson, about Mardi Gras. Guy from Cleveland partying in the quarter. Mario's heard this before. This guy's name's Marty Grass. He's just partying like a madman over the weekend. He's like partying on Monday, partying on Tuesday. Local someone said, this guy does it right. So Mardi Gras, that's what it was called originally, and then it evolved into Mardi Gras, kind of the yaddy, expression. So thanks to that Cleveland guy who's now 92 years old, still living in Cleveland from what we understand, Marty Grass, thank you for bringing the party to us.
Heck yeah. Toast one for Marty this weekend.
Yeah, Marty's a good guy, man. Gotta like that. Gotta like Mardi Gras season, New Orleans. Doesn't get much better. It's what we do best. It'll be a regular Tuesday for the rest of the world. Not here in New Orleans. Just a ridiculous party. I always think of it like every Mardi Gras. As the older I've gotten, more into adulthood, it'll be like, I don't know, 11 a.m., noon, 2 in the afternoon, whatever. And I'm like, wow, it's Tuesday, man. Everywhere else in the world, just a regular Tuesday. I talked about stackedcoaching.com like a life changer for me, mentally, physically, everything. Sleep better, getting in shape. It's a battle. I'm going to, work out like an athlete the rest of my life. Thanks to Bradley Schneller at Stacked Coaching. It's a new year. You want to get in shape? StackedCoaching.com. I'm not doing a commercial for them. I'm just telling you that Bradley does it right on Mardi Gras Day. Friggin' genius. This is the coolest thing ever. And I went last year with him. I'm going again this year. I've done Mardi Gras Day on St. Charles Avenue. Had some friends from De La Salle, from high school, college, that family was on Napoleon Avenue. I'd park a few blocks behind, walk over to Napoleon. I'd end up like at Lee Circle, or farther even, Canal Street. Just walking up and down Canal Street, checking out the parades, Rec, Zulu, the truck parades, all that. Then as I got older, kind of been there, done that, I started going to like the French Quarter on Mardi Gras Day. And then a couple of years ago, I walked with the crew of St. Anne, which is incredible. You don't even have to be a member. Just go down to like the Bywater, like Louisa Street, and you'll see all these folks in just incredible costumes, smart, creative, funny costumes. I marched with them a few years ago. You start in the Bywater, you go into the Marigny, through the Marigny Triangle, into the Quarter, and then they have a tradition where they drop some ashes in the river at the foot of Canal Street. The crew of St. Anne stopping at bars and restaurants on the way. It's just a blast. So I did that. And then Bradley Sneller from stackcoaching.com, he rents a band. He hires a band, like 5-6 guys, brass band. And they meet in the quarter. And we march basically, I think it's from Jackson Square down like, I forget, you know, if it's Decatur or whatever, to like Esplanade, back up Royal. Takes a few hours. We stop at bars and restaurants and stuff. It's a blast. It's a marching band leads the way. We're following the band or in front of it. And there might be 50 or 100 of us. By the time we're about halfway through, there's like 200 or 300 just people that arbitrarily just start following us. Join us. It's a kick in the rear end. That's what I'm doing Mardi Gras Day. I always tease Fletcher Mackel. Dude, Channel 6 has you in Metairie again? Wow. I'm not knocking Metairie Mardi Gras. You have to have it because New Orleans would just blow up at the seams. We'd bust at the seams. Too many people. It's already packed. But Metairie Mardi Gras is for like family, kids, that kind of thing. I think New Orleans Mardi Gras is for family and kids on St. Charles Avenue, Napoleon, all that. Maybe not the French Quarter or Frenchman or Crew of St. Anne and the, Bywater and Marigny, but I don't know. Metairie Mardi Gras is sort of generic. I'm not a big fan of Metairie Mardi Gras, but to each his own,
Yep, some Metairie parades are fun, like you
Oh,
said.
no, Metairie parades are fun. Mardi Gras Day in Metairie is just sort of like, Mardi Gras Day in Baton Rouge, Mardi Gras Day in Gulfport, Biloxi, Mardi Gras Day in Mobile.
Yeah, the sights and sounds.
I mean, you got the thing going on in New Orleans, the real deal, and you're going to go to Metairie. I mean, if you had a choice, I don't know.
Which is fine. Not saying New Orleans isn't kid friendly. I was out there 6 years old at Sulu and stuff.
Oh, me too. I was on a ladder on St. Charles Avenue at 4, 5, 6 years old with my parents.
But some parents might feel easier with the sights and sounds and smells of Metairie versus New Orleans. I
Maybe
guess.
so.
Yeah.
No breastises in Metairie? Fewer? Do any breasts get exposed in Metairie, Mario? I don't think so.
I mean, I've seen it before, but not for the most part.
Wow. 766-9480 is the phone number to dial us up. Love to hear from you. 766-9480. Looking for a great place for dinner tonight? Katie's in Mid-City. I was there last Wednesday. I'll probably be back this Wednesday. Steak night's tough to beat on a Wednesday night. They have two choices. It's like a 10-ounce filet. It's a monster. I mean, filet is like minimal fat. It's lean. It's all beef. You start with the Caesar salad. You get the filet with these great Katie's potatoes. I mean, they're delicious. They're delicious. And some green beans. And then Scott Craig's bread pudding with whipped cream for dessert. And a cocktail or a glass of wine, $39. Caesar salad to start. A filet with the wonderful potatoes and green beans, the bread pudding dessert with whipped cream, and a glass of wine or a cocktail for $39. Tough to beat steak night at Katie's on a Wednesday night. Start with the onion rings like we did. Fantastic. There's even another $39 choice. All the things I mentioned, but instead of a filet, you get a ribeye with shrimp. Grilled shrimp on top of a ribeye. $39. Steak night Wednesday night at Katie's. Like I said, ridiculously tough to beat. More is better. More of the good things. Tonight for dinner, Iberville, corner Talamacus, about 3 or 4 blocks behind Angelo Brocato's ice cream joint. Katie's in Mid-City, as New Orleans as it gets. Yeah, they were slammed last Wednesday for steak night. I was lucky. I got a table with me and 4 of my buddies, like 5 of us, right in the middle of the restaurant, every table taken. But they do have a second floor, and the second floor was not full. So you don't need a reservation. Just show up for the party at Katie's. And Endymion's a week from Saturday. Katie's is a fantastic spot for Endymion. Fantastic spot. Right down the street. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. No, it looks like the severe cold weather is gone. That was harsh, man. Mario, that was ridiculous. Saturday and Sunday were just brutal. Saturday was almost worse than Sunday with the wind blowing. Sunday, lower temperature. I think I woke up, it was 24 degrees. 24, that's silly. Felt like the teens.
Yeah, I was supposed to do 2 soccer games Saturday. One got moved to tonight. And when I was done in the afternoon, I just stayed home all Saturday night.
That's Jesuit and Brother Martin tonight?
Yes, Jesuit and Brother
At
Martin.
Pan Am?
At Pan Am for the District 8-1 title.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's the first time I've done so much play-by-play. It's the first time I'm ever doing any Brother Martin sporting event. I'm kind of pumped.
Blue Jay season, huh?
I guess so. They're undefeated. So
Yep. I think 2 ties.
Yeah.
Crazy. Brother Martin's only got like 2 losses. They got like 18, 19 wins.
yes,
It's crazy.
And the school spirit in me is coming up a little bit because Jesuits own this series. Apparently, they're unbeaten against Brother Martin the last 7 games. So BM's trying to snap that tonight.
BM. Very appropriate. Very appropriate for Brother Martin.
The Satyrs.
The Satyrs.
Yes, with an A. Gotta say
Yeah, I
with
think when I was at Del Sal, it was the Bromosexuals.
an A.
And Jesuit was like, what was the Jesuit? It's Blue Jay
Blue.
season. What's the oh, yeah. The same thing, a homophobic slur.
Yes.
Blue, gay, and bromosexual.
Yes.
Yeah, it just wouldn't go today.
I remember calling people from Rummel "Hey bras" because apparently when they greet people, they say "Hey bra" every time.
Now, Rummel's like Brother Martin, right? It's just a sports program. They don't have school there, do they?
I think the perception of schools maybe changed when you were there versus I was
Wow.
there because Brother Martin takes academics from what I can see.
Okay, let's just stick to Rummel. Rummel has academics?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
They have classes and they teachers and stuff at Rummel?
From what I hear,
I
yes.
thought Rummel was just a sports academy. Wow.
That was my second choice.
No,
honestly.
Larry Holder went to Rummel. He obviously can write.
Mhm.
The sports writer.
Yeah.
I'm dogging you, Rummel folks and Jesuit folks, all that. I went to De La Salle. Catholic League, 5300 St. Charles Avenue, the classy school. Oh, boy. I grew up right by Brother Martin. Brother Martin would be a 5-minute ride from me. I grew up by UNO. I went all the way to De La Salle. I went to Jesuit in 8th grade, but then that uniform was, I didn't like it. Got a little chafing on the neck. So I ended up at De La Salle. Jesuit. Now, it's Jesuit Blue Jay. What's the reason? It's hunting season or something. What's that one? The little rhyme?
Oh, I don't follow. I don't know.
Something about shoot the Blue Jay.
Shoot,
or whatever.
yeah. No, it must have been a De La Salle thing.
We didn't have any Shaw or St. Aug. Chalmette was at the Catholic League back when I was in school, but we didn't have a Shaw, St. Aug. Who else was Catholic League? Holy Cross. Nothing for those 3. They got away with it. But yeah, Jesuit always got dogged. People like dogging Jesuit because Jesuit's a great school.
Yeah.
Has superior academics. They do pretty well in sports. Same enrollment as they've ever had. Brother Martin, same thing.
Yeah.
Brother Martin and Jesuit are the only Catholic League schools that have kept up that 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 enrollment.
Yep.
St. Aug is like, I don't think they were ever that much, but they were like 1,000 and they're like in the, 600, 700. De La Salle was 1,200 when I was there. It's like 600, 700 now. Rummel, like 600, 700. Holy Cross, same thing. They were all monsters, like 1,000 plus, and now only Jesuit and Brother Martin are.
Yeah, 2 schools in action tonight. Should be a good one.
Scott Craig came in here. You like this story, Mario, brother. Scott Craig came in Friday in studio, and I was dogging Brother Martin, of course. So I leave. I get in my car. I go, home. I meet a buddy of mine, a friend of mine, and his brother at a restaurant. Go inside. We come out. The Brother Martin magnets on the side of my car. Scotty slipped it on there on the passenger side.
Well done,
So if
Scotty.
I wouldn't have seen it until I got out. Not well done, Scott. I
well
called
done.
I did say, you got me. He got me. I walked out. I was like, oh, man. I was like, he got me.
And, all jokes aside, when I went there, I complained a lot about like the discipline and like getting detention and stuff. But they gave me a good education, man, and they went well. I got love for Brother Martin.
Of course. I dog all those schools just because I said De La Salle. But yeah, they're all good education. They're
Yeah.
Catholic League schools.
You can keep dogging Jesuit and Rummel. That's cool.
No, of course.
But shout out Brother Martin.
Did I mention Rummel has academics now? That's crazy. I thought they were a sports academy.
Nuts.
All right. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. Total Maintenance is with you. You probably need heat or air conditioning help. You might. If you do, in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, think Total Maintenance. Weekday, weekend, overnight, holiday, they're there. If your heat's not working right or even your air conditioning not working right, Total Maintenance is there. In New Orleans, in Baton Rouge, think Total Maintenance. TM-AC.com. The 5 o'clock power hour continues.
Sinlawn Artificial Turf Custom Golf Putting Greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Total Maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com. The official afternoon talk show of the city of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
You can say anything you please about me, but don't say anything bad about Blue Boy.
Down, Blue Boy. Good buddy.
It's true. Go, Professor Longhair, go. We are 2 weeks out of Mardi Gras. Tomorrow, 2 weeks. 15 days right now. Mardi Gras Day I'm talking about. Yeah, you right. Gotta love that. Hey, speaking of Mardi Gras, want to ship a king cake to friends or family around the country? Rouses.com. Rouses.com. About 25 different king cakes to choose from. 25 cream-filled king cakes. And Rouses are high-quality king cakes that cinnamon dough's like a 60-year-old recipe. I kind of like the basic kind of plain Jane one, just the cinnamon dough with the icing. But they've got like 25 cream-filled. Pick your poison. Send it to friends and family around the country. Rouses.com. I mean, you got friends, family in another state. They get a package from you. They open it up, and it's a Rouses king cake. Fresh, wonderful. It makes their day. It makes their week. Rouses.com. Send a couple. One for the family, one they can bring to work. Rouses.com to ship king cakes all around America. So cool. Corey Johnson with you. 5 o'clock powwow continues on a Monday afternoon. It was a gorgeous day. It's a gorgeous evening in New Orleans. It really is. And the severe cold's gone. That's good stuff. NOPD Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick will join us Thursday right when we start the show, about 5 minutes after 4. Crazy white-collar crime does pay. Tyrell Morris, former city employee, released 4 months into his 1-year jail sentence. What a joke. 120 days and you're free. Multiple charges: malfeasance in office, insurance fraud, tampering with public records, impersonating a cop, Probably was, drunk when he got into the accident with the city vehicle and pulled strings to not have to take the breathalyzer. DWI, and he gets 4 months? Could have killed someone. White collar crime does pay. Ask Irvin Mayfield, the scumbag trumpeter who stole $1.3 million from the Orleans Parish Public Library system, spent 11 months in jail. I mean, I ask people this all the time. If someone would give you $1.3 million, you go to Eglin Air Force Base outside of Pensacola for 7 months, and then come to a halfway house in New Orleans for 4 more, 11 months, you're free. I think 90% of the population would take that $1.3 million. Sad. That huge 48-inch pipe that ruptured in Carrollton yesterday, Panola Street, about a block and a half off Carrollton, repaired. There was like a gusher. You could whitewater raft on this thing for like a good hour. Sewage and Water Board crews got on it pretty quickly. I've been posting videos on X of major potholes and sinkholes on major thoroughfares in New Orleans. The one on Carrollton, just check out my Twitter, @CoreyJohnson. The one on Carrollton by Jesuit fixed. The one on Canal Boulevard fixed. These were dangerous, like 4 feet wide, 4 feet long, about a foot deep. Could kill somebody on a motorcycle. The one on Carrollton had no cones or anything. Just appears out of nowhere. The one on Canal Boulevard had like a cone in the middle of it. You get crushed if you go on either side of the cone. Both are fixed within 48 hours of the videos I posted on Twitter on X. One on Carrollton Avenue. Carrollton Avenue going northbound. You're about to hit the interstate. You don't enter I-10. You stay in that right lane and go straight. You're about to dip under the train bridge in the I-10. Just bust up your car. It wasn't a pothole or a sinkhole, just messed up street, and it had been that way for 2+ years, maybe 3 years. Locals knew just to stay out of that right lane. But folks that don't know get their car crushed, like rip your oil pan off, and dangerous, like a motorcyclist could die hitting that, especially at speed. I had a video posted where I'm showing it, that it needs to be repaired. I was doing 5 miles an hour over it. I mean, just clunk, just beats up my car at 5 miles an hour. This morning, they blocked off a couple of lanes, big Caterpillar machines, a crew of 12+, fixing it right. Busting up all the concrete, laying down new concrete. Not only there, but there are like 4 potholes after it. They're repairing those potholes, and one was severe where they busted up the concrete there and are laying down new concrete. Got to give credit where credit's due. Got to give Mayor Helena Moreno and her infrastructure czar, Steve Nelson, formerly of the Sewage and Water Board, credit. Very impressive. Another video I posted, Claiborne at 3rd Street, a major sinkhole that just busts up your car, truck, van, SUV. I went to check on the progress there. No progress yet. But I reposted a video and said maybe in, a day or two it'll get fixed. That's what I'm thinking. By tomorrow, the next day, by Wednesday, it'll be fixed. I posted all these videos last Wednesday. Carrollton and Canal Boulevard fixed within 48 hours. It's day 5 since I posted the video, and they're doing tens of thousands of dollars of work on Carrollton. It's impressive. Helena Moreno, it's working. Speaking of Helena Moreno, she was in New Orleans East. A new Rouse's on Chef Highway. They had the ribbon cutting. Donnie Rouse was there. Donnie Rouse and Rouse's is giving space within that store for a substation, an NOPD substation. No rent-free. Brilliant. I know you folks in New Orleans East are loving that Rouse's. Not knocking a Winn-Dixie. I mean, it's a grocery store desert out there. Winn-Dixie was glad to have it. Rouse's is so much better. All the local stuff you want. Regional, national, international stuff. Rouse's labeled stuff. Yeah, the Rouse's on Chef Highway officially opened. Helena Moreno and Hughes, the council person from out there, at the ribbon cutting. Yeah, big ribbon, and Donnie Rouse with the big scissors. It's great stuff. Over 75 Rouse's. Over 75 Rouse's markets. Now, I'm at Rouse's at least once a week. I was there last night picking up my goods for the week. Bananas, apples, waters, some, what is it? Body Armor, lemon lime, sugar-free. Get some electrolytes. Some other goodies. Rouse's Markets taste like home. Super Bowl 60 from the Bay Area this Sunday. New England and Seattle. Saints announced they're playing in Paris this season, October 25th versus the Browns, it appears. Paris has a state-of-the-art NFL-ready stadium. Pretty cool. GCR conducted a poll for the U.S. Senate race. Julia Letlow, who Donald Trump endorsed, leads with 27%. She's already a U.S. rep. U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy, who wants to retain his seat, trailing Letlow at 21%. John Fleming at 14%. Blake Miguez at 5%. In a head-to-head runoff, polls show that Letlow would get 57% of the vote. Cassidy only 22%. It's Julia Letlow's race to lose. That's Blue Boy barking. What's that, buddy? You would be a great U.S. Senator? Party affiliation's irrelevant. You're an independent like me, but you would fight for the people. Wow, Blue Boy, I believe it. See you tomorrow, straight up 4 o'clock, right here.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.